And now, without further ado, let us commence our second session on demand. As we did before, we will have two presentations followed by the Q&A session. And the first presentation of part 2 on demand will be a time to hear sincere anecdotes from companies that have integrated the food industry and platforms from their early stage. We will explore the role of platforms in the food industry and how food tech is being utilized in this context. So our first presenter will be Mr. Hyun, Director of Woowa Bros, and today he will be delivering his presentation on the topic of future prospects of food tech. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
네, 안녕하세요.
Hello
반갑습니다.
everyone, nice to meet
배달의 민족
you.
서비스를
I
하는
am
원 형제들의 이현재라고 합니다.
working for
오늘
Woowa
이렇게 귀한
Bros.
자리에
I'm
초대해
director
주셔서 저희
Hyun. Thank you for inviting
푸드텍
me to
혁신에
this
대해서
important
이야기를
venue,
나눌 수
and
있는
it's
기회인데
great to talk about food
감사드리고요.
tech innovation
빠르게
today.
진행을
And
하도록 하겠습니다.
I will speed up.
여러분, 우리가 어떤 민족입니까?
What are we? Like, what
웃지
kind
마시고
of
말씀을 해주시면 더
people
좋은데요.
are we?
예, 배달의 민족
Yeah, we are
아니겠습니까?
people of
저희가
delivery, right?
회사를 만든 지
So,
얼마 후에
after a little after we established this company, we worked with the celebrity and then created a TV commercial. I think that was the first time you recognized Woowa Bros. And let me show you a short video clip. Could you increase the sound?
배달의 민족은 한국에서 굉장히 유명한
is
스타트업이기도
a
하고
famous startup in
음식을
Korea,
연계하는
and
온디맨드 서비스를 만들어가는
we
회사이기도
created
합니다.
the on-demand
몇 가지 소개를
service
더 드리면 앞서
with
영상에서
food
보신
delivery.
것처럼
And let
굉장히
me
다양한
introduce my
일들도 하고
company.
있는데요.
So Woowa Bros is
디자인을
doing a
통해서
lot
실제
of
한글
work.
폰트를 만들어서
We create
인터넷에서
Korean
쓸 수
font
있게 한다거나
through
여러
design
가지
so
식품의
that
유통을
you internet
배달
users
음식을
can
연결을
use the
만들어가는
font, and
인포메이션
also
연결을
we
만드는
are
회사이기도 하고요. 사실
connecting
서비스가 나온 지는
information
꽤
and food
오래됐습니다.
delivery.
그래서
And this
어떤
service
분들이
is not
니네가
new.
스타트업이냐?
It has been
아니다.
in the market
얘기하시는
for
분들도
some time,
계신데요.
so some
서비스를 한
wonder
지는
why we
어느덧
call ourselves
13년이
startup, and
되었고요.
we have been providing
지금
service
구성원
for
수는
13 years,
3,500명,
and there are
한국에만
about
3,500명이
3,500
어떻게 보면
employees
이제 대기업
in
반열에
our
가는
company.
이런
So
회사로
it's
성장을 하고 있습니다.
I think it's entering the
작년도에만
level
수십
of
조
large
원의
company.
배달의
And
민족에 비해서는
last year,
거래가 일어났고요.
Woowa
아마
Bros
글로벌 어떤 뭐
achieved the sales of several trillion won. So I think there is a lot of transaction and innovation happening in Woowa Bros compared to other global competitors or global companies. And actually, there was a merger 3 years ago with Delivery Hero. And in many Asian countries, Woowa Bros is providing services, and Delivery Hero, our mother company, is providing the on-demand service in 70 countries. So I think Delivery Hero is providing and creating global service just like other large IT companies. And our slogan is day-to-day happiness delivered at your doorstep. And there are many services. There is BAM-in-1, delivering one product to one house only, and another thing is dark store or ghost store. This is a B-Mart called B-Mart, and in Jeolla province we are not providing this service, but it's being provided in Gyeongsang province such as Busan. And so for one-person households, they don't order a large amount of products or food, so that's why we deliver these products rapidly, and our competitor in Korea, Coupang, is doing rocket delivery. So they deliver the products one day after the order, but our products are delivered to the customer's doorstep in 30 minutes after order. And then I saw autonomous robots outside this venue, and from 2017, Woowa Bros has been creating the autonomous vehicle. Let me show you the video.
안녕하세요. 저는 딜리예요.
Hello, my name is Dolly.
Shin Chao Ten Toilet Dilly.
こんにちは。私の名前はディリーです. 반가워요. 저는 2018년 8월에 세상에 첫 손을 보였어요. 여기는 천안이에요. 여기서 처음 테스트를 했어요. 저는 머리에 피자를 얹고 가게를 누비기도 했어요. 하루에 100판은 날랐던 것 같아요. 진짜 못 부러질. 그랬던 제가 지금은 전국 300개 식당에 나가 있고 건국대학교, 광교 엘리웨이 등에서 10회 배달을 성공했고 미국 UCLA에서 요리 로봇으로도 만들어지고 있답니다. 데니스 홍 박사님 파이팅! 저는 앞으로도 계속 성장해서 우리나라 배달 문화를 발전시킬 거고요. 해외로도 나갈 거예요. 그렇게 열심히 성장해서 궁극적으로는 지구정부. 저는 이름이 많아요. 서빙 로봇 딜리 프레이티자, 층간 이동 로봇 딜리 타워, 실외 로봇 딜리 드라이브이기도 해요. 제가 하는 일도 많고 별명도 많다 보니 헷갈리실 수도 있는데요. 그냥 딜리라고 불러주시면 돼요. 다 좋아요. 저는 늘 블랙 앤 화이트 스타일을 유지해요. 패밀리룩이라고도 하죠. 취미는 달리기고요. 다프트 펑크를 들으면서 달리는 걸 좋아해요. 좋아하는 영화는 AI. 볼 때마다 울어요. 존경하는 사람은 아놀드 스왈츠제네거. 제 노예라니. 저희 팀 소개할게요. 이분은
영상이 길어서 이
The video is too long, so I will just show you a portion of it, and you will be able to see the full video online. And Woowa Bros is providing service to connect more with consumers, and there are new media values, and these values are being applied to this food tech industry by holding shopping live. And also with 전라북도 and 경상도 and 강원도, we have signed a partnership, and we provide dropship service to offer delicacy of each region. And then also there are also environmental issues from plastic packaging, and we have visited many experts around the world to create biodegradable PVC or a biodegradable bag, and we have trained more than 140,000 business owners, just like really famous like business trainer does in Korea, and we have been supporting these business owners and restaurant owners, and their sales has increased by up to 4 times after getting our training, and we provide personal protective equipment and training to delivery riders. And there is a lot of labor management dispute in Korea. And, actually, Woowa Bros is the first to sign a voluntary agreement between labor and management, and also we ensure food safety, and we are reducing plastic waste by providing disposable spoons and forks only on demand. And Mr. Kim Bong-jin is the founder of Woowa Bros, and he actually donated most most of his wealth to the society. So he, not many people know, but he actually made a pledge to donate. And then what is Foodtech? And what kind of roles Foodtech companies play? Let's talk about it. In Wikipedia, if you search Foodtech, you will not see the definition of Foodtech, but if you Google Foodtech, a large number of searches come out. And Foodtech, 13 years ago, Woowa Bros used the term Foodtech for the first time. And now all companies around the world are talking about Foodtech and creating service based on its innovation. And Digital Me Up, US startup, said Foodtech is a new kind of business that comes from the alliance between technology available to businesses. And like what kind of issues are there with Foodtech? And in some parts of the world, children are starving because they lack food, but others are throwing away food waste because of excessive food. And also there are ocean plastic issues and leading to the global environmental issues. And then there are also obesity or health issues, and also foot and mouth disease and mad cow disease and all other illnesses are they're out there. So we are now talking about animal health. And I think we can make use of a lot of cutting-edge technologies. And let me introduce you a few. One, first is big data, and Woowa Bros knows what kind of food Korean consumers usually consume, because $1 trillion worth transaction happens on the Woowa Bros platform. So we know like what kind of food households are now ordering and will order in the future. So that's why Ministry of Food and Safety sometimes asks us to provide the data, and Ministry of Land Transportation and Infrastructure wants to collect the data on riders, on what kind of road and routes our riders use. And this kind of data will become the source of competitiveness in the future. And I think Woowa Bros data can be used to address many issues, including the real estate issue. And this is the vending machine, but this is not normal vending machine. It's connected to internet, so the data can be collected and new values can be created. And there is food ingredient, and some apartments consume more apples while other apartments consume more pear. Then we can forecast demand and manage inventory, and then also set price based on consumer demand.
지금 보시는 영상은
I will show you another video clip. This is about VR and AR, and VR and AR are used a lot, especially in the game industry. And here, this is to diversify food design using VR, and you can check these designs in a contactless environment. And Facebook has changed its name to Meta, and to realize the value of internet, they are working a lot. And when you apply the Woowa Bros cases, then consumers can see how safely the products are being dealt with. And if you are still not determined what to eat, then this cooking environment is shown to consumers to increase the appetite of consumers. And there is a 3D printer outside this venue, and in this video, it's food creation, and you actually making cherry cake using 3D printer. And although it's really difficult for a human to bake or cook some kind of food, a 3D printer can do the work instead. And in the future, this will be our reality. Now there is a microwave, right? But I think in the future, in several years to come, I think these 3D printers will replace microwaves. Then, like Gordon Ramsay's food in New York can be consumed in my own house, and I can also eat like food of very famous Michelin chef in France in my own house. If this technology is realized, and I think the importance of smart farm is well known in Jeollabuk-do, and we are now like creating a more sustainable environment with these robots. And in Korea, you will see a lot of these serving robots in Chinese restaurants in Korea, and 70 to 80% of sales come from like simple dishes such as jjajangmyeon and jjangpyeong in Chinese restaurants. And like while cooking, then like it's most of repetitive manual work, and more cooking can lead to more safety incidents, but these robots address such issues. And also, Korea is a divided peninsula, and we cannot use drone. We cannot use drone in Korea because of this political situation. But like later on in the future, I believe drones can deliver food in other countries. So in this video of Woowa Bros, we are also developing autonomous vehicle, and I think medicine and other necessities can be delivered with drones. And these days there are many issues because some like high-end apartments do not allow delivery workers to come inside the apartment. But then with drone delivery, there will be no such hindrance. And you will see a lot of serving robots in many restaurants nowadays. And in a university, we have like introduced these autonomous robots, and this robot is being used in Konkuk University because the university has large area like these robots deliver food. And in my company, when I order food, then robot delivers the food I order to my desk. So I think there are a lot of opportunities open in front of us. And Dr. Bae, Ki-sung, and we are cooperating together to develop robots, and we use the term Foodtech a lot. And Woowa Bros is also positioning itself as a Foodtech company, and the outcomes will open new opportunities, new possibilities. So the new Foodtech companies can take a leap forward with Foodtech and make consumers' lives more convenient and comfortable. And we imagine this kind of desk, like everyone can sit at the desk, sit at the dining table together and enjoy food together, rather than a mom constantly cooking food. And thank you for listening. I wish you health and success. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that first presentation. It was delivered by Mr. Hyun of Woowa Bros. So we had a chance to learn about the food tech that Woowa Bros is implying and the technologies that we might use in the future. Thank you once again for sharing your insights. And now it's time to welcome our next presenter. Our next speaker is Mr. Jang Jin-ho, CEO of Punta company. And this time we will have his presentation under the topic of the core value, online tasting and today and the future of the Sikhukyeong ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
네, 안녕하세요.
Good afternoon, everyone.
해주셨던 배달의 민족 이현재 이사님.
Mr. Lee from Woowa Bros. It was a great presentation, but compared to Woowa Bros, we are just a fledgling baby.
네, 저희를 소개하겠습니다.
So I would like to introduce our company. So it's Sikhukyeong online taste testing commerce platform. So today I would like to talk to you about our core beliefs and future and the current status of our company business. So my service and my presentation will not be too difficult to follow. I hope you enjoy.
네, 저희 식후경은 국내 최초의 온라인
Sikhukyeong
슈퍼머스
is
플랫폼으로
the first
온라인
Korean
식품
online-based
시장에서 직접 경험하지
commerce
못하고
platform.
간접
It
경험에 의존하여
provides
발생하는 불편함이나
tasting
문제점을
experience
오프라인의
by
유통의 전유물인 시식을 온라인으로 전환한
by
DT를
converting
통해서
offline
직접
experience to
경험으로
online
해결하는
experience. So it's a direct
저희는
tasting
2023년 하반기에
experience.
경험
So
생태계 확장을 위한 새로운 시도를 좀
we
이어갈 준비를 하고
are
있는데요.
poised
뒤에서 설명드릴 수
to
있도록
continue
하겠습니다.
our effort in the latter
네.
half of
앞서 말씀을
2023.
드렸었던 것처럼
So,
저희는
like I
온라인으로
said,
식품을 먼저
we
먹어보고 구매할 수 있는
are
그런 버티컬 커머스
providing
플랫폼으로 국내
A
최초의
vertical
온라인 시식
commerce
플랫폼입니다.
platform
그
is
과정들을
the
통해서
first
고객들의
Korean
새로운
company to
푸드
do so.
데이터들을 확보해 나가고
So we are
모바일
securing
최적화된
food
플랫폼
data of
환경을
consumers
통해서
and we are
소비자와
providing
식품 기업들에게
platform
새로운
environment
경험을
so that
제공해드리고
new
있습니다.
experience can be
그리고
provided
오감을
to
만족시키는
consumers.
푸드
And it
플랫폼으로 저희가
provides a
성장을
food
준비를 해
platform
나가고
that
있습니다.
satisfies five senses
그러면 저희
of
서비스에
our
관련된 영상
consumers.
하나 보고
Let me show you a
시작하도록
brief
하겠습니다.
video clip of our service.
I'm happy on my own, making coffee just for.
그렇게나 후기를 많이 봤는데 내
I
입맛에
saw so many
맞지
feedbacks,
않는다.
but this food doesn't satisfy me.
온라인
Online
식후경.
taste testing 식후경 where you can taste
계신 분들 한
first
번쯤은 좀
before
이런
making
경험이
purchase.
있으실까요?
I think many of you
저는
can
사실
relate
많이
to this.
당해봤었는데.
I can totally relate to her story.
저희는 2020년
Well, in
11월에 법인 설립을
2022
한
in
푸드테크
December,
스타트업으로
we
다양한
have
농식품
created our
기업, 기관,
corporation.
그리고
So we are
비식품
working
기관,
with a
그리고
lot of
대기업들과
food
다양한 협업들을
industries,
이어나가고
non-food
있습니다.
businesses,
저는
and large
과거에 여러
conglomerates in
기업들에
Korea.
재직을 했었지만
I
그중에
worked
식품
for a lot of
관련된
companies
활동으로서
before, but I also worked for agriculture promotion agency and tourism agency before. I joined this company. So every year, online food industry is making growth, and there is an increasing number of local food companies. But we saw that there are new products, new food products, and new food companies. It means that there is a need increasing from the consumers to experience new products. So there is a growth here, but we saw two opportunities. There is a growing number of a single household, so more people are purchasing small-sized food, and MZ generation is also paying attention to experience when they make purchase. So there is ongoing growth every year, but food industry's online penetration rate is actually 25%, and that is low compared to other industries. It means that there is a huge growth potential for food industry. So when you look at consumer and seller pain points, so when consumers make online purchase, they look at other influencers' comments. So it's an indirect experience, and there is a high risk of failure. And for sellers, the loyalty is quite high, so when a consumer purchases a certain product and when he or she likes it, then he or she can likely make a repeat purchase. So when there's new product coming in, it's very difficult to enter the market and penetrate the market easily because of the high loyalty. So with this service, we would like to provide stories to our consumers. We use a lot of technologies now like ChatGPT, but before that we created a survey collection system to collect feedbacks from consumers. So large conglomerates, when they produce an R&D and when they sell markets, they can do a lot of survey like FGD, so they can continuously collect consumer feedbacks and they can provide quality products and they can enter and penetrate the market, but that's not possible for small companies.
시장의 니즈와 조금 배치가
So,
되는 상품을 개발을 해서 좀
they
재고에
have to do a
어려움을 겪는
lot
그런 기업들도
because
많습니다.
of the mismatch with the market, and it can lead to that
서울에 있는
inventory.
DDP에서 파머스
So in
마켓을
DDP
했었던 적이
Seoul,
있었는데
I
사실 그
opened a
과정들
farmers
통해서
market
얻었던
store,
그리고 느꼈던 것들이
and
상당히
I
많았습니다.
learned a lot
지역에
from
있는
this
정말 좋은
experience
식품을
because there are a
개발하고
lot
생산하는
of
그런
good
곳들이 너무
food
많고 그다음에
products
식품 기업 같은
that
경우는 내
are
제품에 대한
dedicated
자부심이
to
강하게
a
있기
single
때문에
local
소비자분들에게
area, and a
먹여보고
lot of
싶어하는
people
의지가
are
굉장히
proud of
강하지만
their
그것을
local
하려면
food
사실
products,
서울에서
and there's a need
서울까지
to sell
와야
this
됩니다.
product, but
예를
they
들어
have
파머스
to
마켓이나 코엑스,
open a
캔체스 같은
farmers
곳에 열리는
market.
박람회 등등을
So these local
참가해야지만 그런
producers
기회를
have
얻게
to
되는데
attend
사실 그거에
these
따른
farmers
비용도 상당히
market
좀
or
무시할 수가
other
없기 때문에
events.
이런 부분을
Then they
조금 더
have
어떻게
to
편리하게 하면
travel all the
어떨까라는
way
생각을
to Seoul.
했었고
So I was
두
thinking
번째는
about
그
this,
식품 제조
and
대기업뿐만 아니라 모든
not
식품
just
기업이
food
마찬가지겠지만
conglomerates,
마트에서
but other
시식을
food
하거나 박람회
companies.
등등에서 시식을
People
할
go
때
to market and
그
go to
먹어본 소비자들이
exhibition
어떤
to
유형의
taste tasting,
사람이고
and we
연령대가
don't
어떻게
know
되는지
what
이런
type of
것들이 전체
people
데이터화가
are
되어
tasting
있지가
the food,
않습니다.
so they
사실
don't
그런
have
것들을
the
저희는
data about
프로파일을
this.
하기 위해서
So in order
앞서
to
말씀드렸던
profile the
고객들에게 좀
data,
이야기를
I
듣는
wanted
창구를
to open up
만들었었거든요.
a
그래서
channel
저희는 그
where we
결과
can
온라인을
get
통해
consumer
누구나 쉽게
feedbacks.
직접 먹어보고
So
저렴하게 식품을
with this
구매할 수
service,
있는 온라인
we
시식커머스 플랫폼을
have
2021년
tried to
4월에
open this
베타
platform
테스트를
in
시작으로 해서
2022. So
2022년
beta
11월에 정식
test
서비스를 런칭을
was
했습니다.
done, and
그래서 저희
later
서비스에
on it
들어와서
was
소비자들은
launched.
누구나
The system was
둘러보다가
launched,
내가
so
먹어보고
every
싶은 제품이
consumer
있을 때
comes to
그
this,
제품의 배송료만
and
지불을
when
하면
they
그
see a
시제품이 집 앞으로
product
배송이 돼서
that they would
내가
like
직접
to try
먹어본
out,
후에
then they can
최저가로 구매를 할 수가
order
있고
it
그
at a
과정들을
lowest
통해서
price,
저희가
and
시식한
we
유저에게
actually
자동으로
deliver
FC
that
같은 것들이
food
이제 날아가게
so that they
되는데요.
can test,
그걸 통해서 소비자들은
taste the food
사전에
before they
정의되어
actually make the
있는 창고
purchase.
시스템에 따라서 진솔한 피드백을
And we get
저희에게 제공할
feedbacks
수가
from
있습니다.
the
저희는 그 데이터를
consumers.
모으고
So we collect
일부는
this
가공해서
data, and we
다시
process the
큐러분들에게
data, and we
데이터화해서
provide
전달해드리는
some of the
그런
processed
역할을
data to our partners.
네, 저희가 서비스
So
오버뷰를 간단하게 좀 몇
this
가지만 좀
is the overview
저희가
of our service, and in 2022
이후에
November,
월
since
평균 한
our
180건에서
launch,
220건 정도
there's been
발생하고 있는
180
428%
number
정도
of requests
하고
were
있습니다.
made from
그리고
other
서베이가
people
들어오는
to
것들에 대해서
open up the
유효
store,
응답률이라고 저희는
and
정의를 하고
there's
있는데요.
been
활용이 가능한
a response
그 서베이
rate,
데이터라고 저희는
85% of response
그것이 약
rate for the
85%
survey.
정도 되고 있고 이 수치도 지속적으로 조금
And this
건전하게
figure
올라가고
is
있습니다.
also
그리고 이제 소비자
increasing,
측면에서 각종 데이터
and
중에 일부를 발췌했는데요.
we
대표적으로
extracted
이제
some consumer
우측에 있는
data,
두 가지를
and on the right
말씀드리면
side you
보통
see
이제
these figures.
데이터 트래킹을 할 때 레퍼럴
When we
지표라고
track the
하는 지인 추천
data,
비율이
we
저희가 약
look at
40%
referral
가까울
rate.
정도로 고객이
So the
한 명이
referral
가입하면
rate is
약
almost 40%. So when
2.3일
one
안에
person
2.5명을
subscribes to our service,
고객을 데리고 오는
that
그런
person
고객분들이 많이
recommends
형성이 돼 있다 보니
our
저희
service to
서비스가
2.5
마케팅
friends.
이런 측면보다 약간
So
오가닉
the
유저들이 훨씬
referral
더 많이
rate is
활동을 하고
quite
있는
high, and there are a lot of
그리고
organic
마지막으로는
users.
일반적으로
And
서비스
lastly,
평균적으로 우리 어떤
in
서비스 가입할 때
average,
마케팅 수신 동의를 하게 되는데요.
we have
약
to
38% 정도로
consent
알려져 있는데
to
저희는 아무래도
the
서비스가 좀 특성이
service
그렇다 보니 좀 86%
provision,
정도로
service marketing service
저희가 어떤
provision.
메시지를 고객들한테 전달을 할 때
And we have
그거에
to
대한
click
도달률이
yes
굉장히 높은
in order
것이
to get
특징 중에
promotional
하나입니다.
messages, and that rate is quite high for our services,
식품
86%.
기업들은 이렇습니다.
And
전체
our
가공식품 시장이 약
target
48조
companies
정도
are like
알려져
this.
있는데
So
그중에
the
상위
total
20개
processed
기업이 아닌
market
그 외
is
나머지 기업이
48
약
trillion won.
44% 정도로
And
22조 원 정도 규모인데요. 그것을 다시
except for
20개
top 20
카테고리로
companies,
끊어봤을 때
there are
그 안에서
the
상위
44%
20개
of this
기업들과
total
치열하게
number
굉장히
is
경쟁을 벌이거나 아니면 오히려
actually
그
coming
카테고리를
from
리드하고 있는 그
non-top
영역들이
20
고객들에게
companies.
뭔가
So
제품을 경험시키고 싶어하는
when
니즈가 큰 식품
we
기업들이 많다라고
look at
판단을
these
해서 저희는
companies,
이쪽
they
부분에
have a need
상품을
to
집중적으로
provide a
소싱을
variety of
해나가고
products
있습니다.
to consumers. So we are
네,
trying to pay
저희의 고객이
attention
결국
to this
세 가지입니다.
portion. So there are three types
처음
of
접하는 상품을
consumers.
좀 경험하고
First,
싶어하는 고객,
customers who
그리고
would
아이
like to
음식이나 반려동물
experience
제품처럼
first
구매 의사
new
결정권자와
products,
섭취자가 다른 경우,
and
그리고
second,
마지막으로 내 입맛에
consumers
맞는
who
제품을
purchase
탐색하는 경우인데요.
products but
예를
they
들어
do not
대표적으로
actually
저희가 자주
consume
예를
the
드는 게
products. And third,
떡볶이입니다.
consumers who
떡볶이를
want
저도
to
굉장히
find
좋아하는데
food that they would
예를
like.
들어서 고추장
I like
어떤
떡볶이.
베이스에
like
물엿이 많이 들어가 있는 좀
we
달짝지근한 떡볶이 형태가 있다면
like sugar,
어떤 떡볶이는
sugary,
밀떡에
like
고춧가루
sweet
베이스에 어떤
tteokbokki,
각종
but
육수를
some
첨부해서
tteokbokki
국물
is
떡볶이 같은 약간
much hotter and more
이런 음식들이
has
있을
more
텐데요.
broth.
사실 제품들이 그게
So
플레이버가 다 다르기 때문에
even tteokbokki has
이걸 먹어보기
different
전까지는
types of
이게 맛이
products.
어떤지가
So
내가
before we
예상하기
actually
어려운
consume
점들이 있습니다. 그런
that,
것들을
it's
내
difficult
입맛에
to
또는
expect
내
what
취향을
type of food it will be.
그런 서비스라는 저희는
So
이제
the
형태를
service
갖고
we
있는데
provide
아무래도 그
allows
과정들 속에서
consumers
고객들에게 좀
an
재미있는
opportunity
경험을
to
저희는
find
제공하고 있다라고
the
생각을
exact
하고 있습니다.
product that they
네,
actually
기술과 비즈니스
enjoy the
모델
best.
혁신에 힘입어서
So
체험
based on
서비스는
this
지속적으로
technology
성장하고
and business
있는데요.
model, the
대표적으로
service is
저희와
making
유사한
continuous
도메인에
growth.
있는 서비스를 몇
And
가지를
I
말씀드리면
would like to show you
프랑스에
some of
있는
the service
시식을
sectors
정기구독 비즈니스 모델로
and other
갖고 있는
businesses in the similar sector. So there
미국의
is
너무
Degusta
유명한
Box
서비스인 와비파커
that
그리고
started in France, and
현재는
Warby
좀 다른
Parker
비즈니스로
that is
피벗이 되고
famous in
지속적으로
the
비즈니스를 하고
US.
있지만
And
미미박스라는
there's
서비스가
also
있는데요.
a service called
1년에 약
Minibox.
신제품이 5,000가지
So
정도
there's
출시가
about
된다고 하는 이
5,000 new
식품
products
세계에서는 아직 이런
in
서비스가
the
없었습니다.
ecosystem, but
그래서
no
저희가
such
처음으로
service
좀
existed
시도를 하고
before.
있습니다.
So we are
저희
launching
대표적인
this
사례 한
new
세네
type
가지
of
정도를
service
말씀을
in
드릴
the
건데요.
market. So
저희가
I'm going to give you three different
시식을
cases.
제공하고 그다음에
So we
판매도
provide
하고 그
tasting
과정들을
experience,
통해서
and
얻은
we
서비스
also sell
데이터들을
products,
통해서
and we collect
저희가
survey data.
간식 카테고리
And
내에서 각
inside the snack
연령별로 20대,
category,
30대, 40대
we
그리고 여성,
break
남성에 따라서
down the
선호하는
users
간식
like
유형들 같은 것들을
based
파악을
on
할
the
수가
age
있었습니다.
and based on the
그걸로
gender,
제가
and we
테스트를
look
좀
at what kind
간식
of
큐레이션
product
박스가
that
있었는데
these
저희가 그
broken
상품
down
이름을 식탐 상자라고
people
명명을
prefer.
했었습니다.
And
그래서
we,
식탐
based on
상자
this data,
기반으로
we developed
저희와
a box
유사한
called
영역에 있는 그런
식탐 box.
스타트업들 기업의
So
어떤
we work
연령대
with
구성, 그리고
startups
성별 구성에 따라서 저희가
and based
간식
on
큐레이션
gender and
박스를 판매도 하고 아니면 이벤트를 제공하고 그거에 대한
age.
반응을 살펴보는
We
이러한
provide this.
사례도 좀 있었고요.
We have this partnership where we sell these
그다음에
boxes
저희
to
서비스에 대해서
our
많이 물어보시는 게
potential
그러면 너네
consumers and get their
서비스에서
feedbacks.
너네 제품 중에 어떤 게
So
가장 고객들 반응이
most
좋아라고
frequently asked
물어봤을 때
question
대부분
is
밀키트
what
같은
is
걸
the
좀
most
염두에 두시는데
popular
실제로 저희는 스낵
product?
당근입니다.
And a lot of
스낵
people
당근이라는
think it would
제품을
be a
아시는
meal
분도
box,
계시고 그렇지
but
않은 분도
actually
계시겠지만
the answer is snack carrot.
대부분 당근 하면 되게
When
싫어하시는
you
분들
think of
많죠.
carrots, it's not like the most popular food, especially among male consumers. But I'm sure some of you already know we use baby carrots, like one of those that are put beside the steak. So these are raw carrots.
먹는 당근인데
uncooked carrots.
이게 당근을 싫어하시는 분들도 이거 먹으면 진짜
Even
맛있다고
those
하죠.
who hate carrots
일반 당근과
like
수분감도
those
되게
carrot
월등하게 다르고
snacks.
당도도 되게 달라서
Like
만들어도
liquid
되고
inside it,
보통 20대,
sweetness
30대
inside it is
여성분들,
different.
직장인이나
So like
다이어트에 좀
workers,
관심
like
있으신
employees,
분들이 굉장히 선호하는
especially female
그런
employees
제품으로서
in their
저희한테는
20s and
인기 상품 사례
30s,
중에 하나로 소개해드리고
they
있습니다.
love this
그 다음은
snack
서비스를
carrot.
통해서 제품을
And
개선한 사례입니다.
we were able to also improve our product through the survey. On the left side, you see the pork. So there are 5 pork products inside a box, and you can see all of the parts were stacked on top of each other, and you can see the sauce is not permeated fully inside the pork. And when we looked at the data, and when we looked at the feedbacks, and people were saying that the sauce is not fully permeated, and therefore there was some weird smell, and it was not good, and it was dry. So we collected data, and we sent this data to our partner. So they made an improvement by making some different arrangements. You can see how it is arranged differently, and the sauce is also fully permeated into the pork as a result.
네, 그다음에 저희는 이제
And
팝업 스토어가
here
고객
we
공감
also
캠페인인데
opened some
저희는
pop-up
아무래도
store
먹어보고 실패하신 적 있으셨죠? 라고 하는 어떤
run some
공감대를 계속
empathy
만들어 나가고
campaign.
있기 때문에 그런 캠페인 사례인데 요거는 간단히 넘어가도록
So I'm
하겠습니다.
going to skip
네,
this in the
기존에
interest
저희는
of time.
오프라인 시식을 온라인으로
So
전환한
we
온라인
are
시식커머스
converting
플랫폼으로
offline
서비스를
experience to
지속적으로
online
성장시켜 나가고
platforms. So we
있었습니다.
are making
네,
some
저희가 갖고
growth
있는
and
서비스의
progress.
주요 키워드 중에
And
하나가
one of the
경험입니다.
keywords that we have
경험인데요.
is actually
그
food
경험이라는 것을 조금
experience.
저희는 올해 이제 확장을 하려고 합니다.
We
그래서
try to
미각
extend
중심,
this
사람의
concept
오감
of
중
experience.
저희가
Instead of
미각에 터치를
focusing
했었다면 이제 청각
on
중심으로 좀
just
넘어가서
taste,
오디오
we
콘텐츠
also
기반의
try
푸드
to
커머스
provide
플랫폼으로 저희가
audio-based
성장을 하려고
platform.
합니다. 그래서 6월 초 정도에 출시를 예정을
So
하고
we are going to
있는
launch this audio-based
서비스인데요.
platform in
저희가
June this
정의하고
year.
있는 소리라고
And
하는 것은
what is audio?
사운드와 오디오가 있습니다.
There's
먼저
sound and
사운드는 총 세
audio,
가지로 볼 수가 있을
and there
텐데
are
그
three types
제품을
of sound.
상상할 수 있게 하는
So
소리,
the sound that
그리고
makes
그
you
제품이 갖고
imagine,
있는
have
공감감을
imagination of the
상상할 수
product,
있게 하는
and
소리,
another
그리고 그 소리로
sound
마시는
is
감정을 깨우는
that
소리,
triggers
그리고
other
오디오는
senses.
그 저희와
And
함께하는
audio is
파트너분들이
about
고객들에게 하고
helping
싶은 이야기가 참 많을
partners
겁니다. 근데 그거를 대부분
deliver their
텍스트와 사진으로
story
고객들에게
and
전달을
message to
해드리고
the
있는데요.
customers.
일반적으로
They
저희는
normally
그것을
use text
오디오로
and images, but we
전달을 해드리는
hope
그런
to allow
콘텐츠로서의
them
역할을 할
to share
예정입니다.
their stories in the form of audio
저희는 뭐
file.
다양한 기업들과
So
협업을
we
계속적으로
are
해
cooperating with a
이런
lot of
레퍼런스를 좀 넣어봤고요.
businesses.
그다음에 저희가 매년 한 번이나
And
두 번 정도
every
이제
year,
박람회에
once or
참여를
twice,
하는데
we
아무래도
also
조금 유니크한
participate in
서비스를
an
갖고 있다 보니
exhibition
그래도 많은
because we
분들께서
have a unique
관심을
business
좀
model. A lot of
주고
people
계시는 그런 사진을 좀 넣어봤습니다.
pay attention to
저희가
us,
8월 정도에
and in August,
성수동에서 약
maybe
30동
in
정도 되는 공간에서 단독
Seongsu-dong,
팝업 스토어를
we
좀
are going
예정하고
to
있습니다.
open
그래서 이런
our
공간을
own
통해서
pop-up
오디오
store.
콘텐츠 중심의
So audio
서비스로 저희가
content
디벨롭이 될 거기
service
때문에
will be
그런
soon
팝업
developed.
중심의
So
어떤
audio-based
음식과 소리를
experience
경험하는 그런 특색
where
있는
people
공간으로
can
저희가
experience
만들어 나가겠습니다.
food and audio
네, 미각 중심의
content
온라인
will be
시식과 청각
provided
중심의 오디오
in this
콘텐츠를
pop-up
통해서
store.
저희는 결국은
So
경험
with
기반의
this
푸드
platform,
커머스
we'll be
플랫폼으로
able to
성장하는 것이 주요
provide
방향입니다.
experience-based
앞으로
food
저희가
content.
해나가는 미션들을 좀 관심
And
있게 많이
please,
봐주시면
I
좋을
would
것
like to
같습니다.
ask for your
저희의
continued
미션은
interest in
건강한
our
음식으로
continued
고객의 미각과
mission. We
건강을
would like
맛있는
to
소리로 고객의 청각을
make sure
즐겁게
that
한다입니다.
consumers
남의
enjoy
입맛이
their
나의
experience
입맛이 되지
based on
않게.
their
그럼 오늘도
taste and their
수고하세요.
health
감사합니다.
and with healthy food. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
for that presentation. Thank you for showing examples and of course the vision of the Punta company, how they improve the quality and their service. Now we would like to have a Q&A session. We would like to have our first presenter, Mr. Hyun, back up to the stage. And I think we can have one or two questions from the floor. If you have any question, please let us know. Yes, sir.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 이상구바이오에서
Yes, hello.
합니다. 그
This
배달의 민족
is Lee Byung-jin from 239 Bio. I have a question towards Lee Hyun-jae. I'm using Woowa Bros, so I'm a Woowa Bros customer. But you mentioned that the robot and drone delivery service can be provided in the future, but then many riders will lose jobs to robots and drones. What is Woowa Bros doing to address this social issue of manpower relocation?
네, 굉장히 좋은 질문 감사드리고요.
Yeah, thank you for your valuable question. Whenever new technologies are introduced, many laborers are replaced with technology, just like spinning and weaving plant, and there was a Ruddite movement in the past, so many are concerned about this manpower relocation. But to protect riders, well, actually, we are investing a lot to improve safety of riders, and that's why we are investing in autonomous vehicle and robots, and then we will be able to better use of space. And many scientists say that many US IT companies are developing autonomous robots and vehicles, but like even by 2030 or 2040, level 5 autonomous vehicles cannot be fully commercialized not because of technological development, but because of social consensus. Because robots need to be perfect. If human causes of car accident, it's somewhat allowed, but if robots cause traffic accident, it would lead to a serious social issue. So the delivery system using robots or drones will be more applied to apartments, but I don't think it's really realistic, or this commercialization will take several decades, and we are just trying to use this robot or drone delivery to address the existing social issues, such as delivery workers being prohibited from entering the apartment complex, and also some female consumers are reluctant to to make food, like order food, because they don't want to expose their housing location to male riders. And also, so robots and drone delivery system can be a solution for those female consumers. And also, it takes like 10 to 15 minutes for a rider to go, like take an elevator and deliver the food to the consumer, but we can actually better utilize the time of
for sharing your
riders.
knowledge. And I think we can have one more question from the floor. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Kim Sang-ah. I have a question to Jang Jin-ho, Mr. Jang Jin-ho. So you talked about how offline experience was converted to online experience. So it's a customized platform. So for sellers and producers, I think you need data. So I'm sure it can serve as a good case. But when planning and organizing the platform, I'm sure you ran into a lot of challenges. Is there any area where you are looking for any deregulation? Yes, I think you are like an inside. I think you have inside knowledge. So when we are creating some service, there's a challenge, and there is also regulation-related challenge. So first of all, the challenge was that there was no one to learn from. So the reason why I planned for this service is that it actually did not come from an idea. I was working for an IT company, and I worked on industry venture, and there were a lot of beginning of the market, and at the time I worked on venture business, and I did some growing of those businesses. So I was able to build some knowledge and expertise in that sector by working for that company. So I knew that there are some challenges and pain points, and I was able to identify these pain points. And that is how I was able to think of opening this service and platform. So I was sure that there's a need, and actually opening a business, they are two different stories. So when you start a company, you run into some issues, and you have to overcome these issues, and you have to move fast and settle into the market. So the process itself was challenging, but that's part of the journey, and I'm enjoying it, and it's not a problem to me. So because I'm more like a pioneer, I try to create new markets, and I work with a lot of stakeholders and try to provide meaningful service to them. But in the process, I talked about conducting survey and taste testing. I'm not sure if I can open this because there's some regulation sandbox that applies. So because of the regulation, it's not that, but while we are doing this, some things are going well, but if there's some regulation lifted off, like in manufacturing, production, and selling sector, it would be great. So one of the difficulties was that I'm sure you're all from popular conglomerates, well-known conglomerates. So the most popular mandu dumpling manufacturer is actually Bibigo. But what about the second runner-up? What's the name of the company? So conglomerates, there are popular brands, and they roll out new products. So there should be a need from the consumers, and smaller companies at the early stage of the production, they have to minimize their failure, and tasting is needed in order to minimize the failure. And if there's a deregulation in some sector, you can actually facilitate our business. Okay, that is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give another big round of applause to our two presenters. Thank you.